Hare Krishna everyone, we're continuing to read the teachings of Lord Kapila, the book by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Chapter 4, Approaching a Bona Fide Guru. Continuing. Material energy is inferior and spiritual energy is superior. Why? Superior energy, Jiva Bhuta, the living entity, is controlling the material nature. Actually, he is not controlling, but is trying to utilize it. For instance, human beings are advanced living entities, and they have created modern civilization by utilizing dull, inert matter. This is our superiority. However, we are also Prakriti as well as Para Prakriti. In this way, we have to understand Tattva Jnana. Srimad-Bhagavatam is a commentary on Vedanta Sutra. Vedanta Sutra explains that the Supreme is the source of everything, and the nature of that source is explained in Srimad-Bhagavatam 1.1.1. Janmadyasya yatonvayad itaratashyartheshvabhigyah svarat. That source is abhigya, cognizant. Matter is not cognizant. Therefore, the theory of modern science that life comes from matter is incorrect. The identity from whom everything emanates is abhigya, cognizant, which means he can understand. The Bhagavatam 1.1.1 also states, Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye. Krishna instructed Lord Brahma in Vedic knowledge. Unless the ultimate source is a living entity, how can he impart knowledge? Srimad-Bhagavatam was compiled by Vyasadeva, who also compiled the Vedanta Sutra. Generally, the Mayavadis emphasize the commentary made on the Vedanta Sutra by Shankaracharya, the Shariraka Bhashya. But that is not the original commentary on Vedanta Sutra. The original commentary is given by the author himself, Vyasadeva, in the form of Srimad-Bhagavatam. To understand the actual meaning of the Vedanta Sutra, we must refer to the commentary made by the author himself. As stated by Sri Krishna himself in Bhagavad Gita 13.5. Rishibhir bahudha gitam chandobhir vividaih prithak Brahma Sutra padaishchaiva hetu madbhi vinishchitaih. Quote, the knowledge of the field of activities and of the knower of activities is described by various sages in various Vedic writings, especially in the Vedanta Sutra, and is presented with all reasoning as to cause and effect. Unquote. Transcendental knowledge is therefore very logical. According to the Vedic system, the Acharya must understand Vedanta Sutra, also called Brahma Sutra, before he can be accepted as an Acharya. Both the Mayavada Sampradaya and the Vaishnava Sampradaya have explained the Vedanta Sutra. Without understanding Vedanta Sutra, one cannot understand Brahman. It is said that Vidura, understood transcendental knowledge from Maitreya. And it is stated that Maitreya is a friend of Vyasadeva's. This means that both Vidura and Maitreya know what Vyasadeva knows. We have to approach a spiritual master who is in the disciplic succession from Vyasadeva. Everyone may claim to be following Vyasadeva, but one must actually follow him. Vyasadeva accepted Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Arjuna also accepted Krishna as Parabrahman, the Supreme Person. One may say that because Arjuna was a friend of Krishna's, he accepted him in that way. But this is not the case. Arjuna gave evidence that Vyasadeva also accepted Krishna. Param Brahma, Param Dhamma, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan, Purusham Shashvatam Jivyam, Adidevam Ajam Vibhum, Ahustvam Rishaya Sarve, Devarshir Naradastatha, Asito Devalo Vyasa, Swayam Chaiva Bhavishime. Quote. Arjuna said, "You are the Supreme Brahman, the Absolute, the Supreme Abode and Purifier, the Absolute Truth and the Eternal, Divine Person. You are the Primal God, Transcendental and Original, and you are the Unborn and All-Pervading Beauty." All the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa proclaim this of you, and now you yourself are declaring it to me. Unquote. Bhagavad Gita 10.12-13. Vyasadeva accepted Krishna as Param Brahma, and Vyasadeva began his commentary on Vedanta Sutra with the words, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. If we are actually interested in understanding, we must approach a representative of Vyasadeva, like Maitreya. Maitreya is also addressed as Bhagavan, although of course the Supreme Bhagavan is Krishna himself. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. But the word Bhagavan also refers to other powerful persons like Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Vyasadeva, or Maitreya. The actual Bhagavan is Krishna himself, but these great personalities have attained as much knowledge of Krishna as possible. It is not possible to 100% have the knowledge of Krishna. Not even Narayana himself is capable of that. Yet, those who follow Krishna's instructions fully, are sometimes called Bhagavan. There are many artificial Bhagavans, but a real Bhagavan is one who knows what Krishna has taught. Vidura was very eager to receive transcendental knowledge, and because of this, Maitreya was very pleased with him. One can please the spiritual master simply by surrendering to him and rendering service, saying, "Sir, I am your most obedient servant. Please accept me and give me instructions." Although Arjuna was a very intimate friend of Krishna's, before receiving Srimad-Bhagavatam, he surrendered himself, saying, Shishyasteham shadhi mam tvam prapannam. Quote, now I am your disciple, and the soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. Unquote. Bhagavad Gita 2.7. This is the proper way to ask for knowledge. One does not approach the spiritual master with a challenging spirit. One should also be inquisitive to understand the spiritual science. It is not that one considers himself superior to the guru. One must first find a guru to whom one can surrender. And if this is not possible, one should not waste his time. By surrendering to the proper person, one can very quickly come to understand transcendental knowledge. We have completed chapter 4, and tomorrow we shall begin chapter 5. Lord Kapila takes charge of his mother, Devahuti. Jai. So, thank you so much for tuning in today. The link to this book is in the description. Please check out all of these books, read them along with us, and share them with all of your friends. You can find all the links to the books we've read so far, biography of His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, on our website shravanamdiaries.com. So we shall see you tomorrow. Hare Krishna.